Munisteri has worked at the White House the last 2 years as a liaison to business, a post he'll leave on Feb. 8 to join the Cornyn campaign as a senior advisor. Cornyn announced the hiring on Wednesday. He's also hired John Jackson, who ran Governor Greg Abbott's re-election effort, as campaign manager. No major Democratic contenders have yet emerged for the Cornyn seat. With endorsements from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and other key conservatives, Cornyn isn't expected to face a serious challenge in the primary. If O'Rourke or Julian Castro, the former San Antonio mayor and Obama housing secretary, ends up on the Democratic ticket, that would add more excitement for Texas Democrats. Cornyn endorsed Cruz, and he returned the favor. But Cruz is far more pugilistic and divisive. Cornyn projects a more measured demeanor, and just ended a stint as majority whip, the No. 2 leadership post. That, said Munisteri, makes Cornyn exceptionally well-positioned not to push away independent voters. Cornyn can extend his reach beyond the base, that's not one of Cruz's hallmarks. Demographic shifts played an important part in the Cruz-O'Rourke contest. But Cornyn identified other factors, too. We've gotten a little complacent when it comes to running races in Texas, assuming that Republicans would always win the general election and focusing almost exclusively on the primary in terms of who we think we're talking to and the kinds of messages that we deliver, Cornyn said. All of those birds came home to roost in 2018, sort of a perfect storm. You had a very popular Democratic nominee, O'Rourke, who managed to raise $80 million that he used to deploy 800 election workers in an unusually effective get-out-the-vote operation, he added. Cornyn noted that turnout in last year's midterms, 8.3 million, was a huge jump from the 4.7 million Texans who voted in 2014, when he was last on the ballot. Obviously we lost a number of the suburbs. And I think in part that's because of the fact we were hung up on the primary message, rather than talking about things like education and healthcare and traffic, things that really, I think, more likely appeal to a suburban audience. What Beto O'Rourke demonstrated is not only do you have to be concerned about the primary, you have to be concerned about a general election. And those are different electorates. Cornyn said, those are much larger audiences and you need to have a message that's appropriate to that larger general election audience.